Is it? Breaking news, the machines are coming, or at least that's what some headlines would have you believe? It seems like every day there's a new story about artificial intelligence taking over jobs, writing novels, or even plotting world domination. Right now, somewhere in the world, an AI is writing poetry, acing exams, and maybe even organizing your sock drawer. It's not just science fiction anymore. AI is already woven into our daily lives, from the apps on our phones to the recommendations we see online. It's called GPT-4, and if you believe the headlines, it's either the greatest invention ever or the end of humanity as we know it. Some say it's a miracle, others warn it's a menace. The truth? Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that. But before you panic, let's actually look at what's happening. Take a deep breath. The reality of AI is both more exciting and less terrifying than the hype suggests. Is this AI the dawn of a new age, or just a really fancy calculator? The truth is somewhere in the middle. It's powerful, yes, but it's not magic. It's a tool, an incredibly advanced one, but still a tool. GPT-4 can write emails, plan meals, and even explain quantum physics to a 5-year-old. It can help you brainstorm ideas, summarize long articles, or draft a heartfelt apology to your friend. It's slick, clever, and feels intelligent. Sometimes it even surprises us with its creativity or wit. It can mimic human conversation so well that it's easy to forget you're talking to a machine. But for every amazing thing it does, it also makes mistakes. Sometimes it gets facts wrong, misunderstands questions, or produces answers that just don't make sense. It's not infallible. It can write a sonnet about love, but it doesn't feel love. It can generate beautiful words, but it doesn't experience emotions or understand the meaning behind them. It can pass the bar, but it doesn't understand justice. It can answer legal questions, but it doesn't grasp the deeper principles or ethics behind the law. It's a master of imitation, not true understanding. It learns from patterns in data, not from real-world experience or genuine insight. So is GPT-4 a genius or just a really good mimic? The answer, well, it's complicated. It's a remarkable achievement, but it's not alive, conscious, or plotting to take over the world. Let's break it down and see what GPT-4 really is, and isn't. The truth about AI is fascinating and maybe a little less scary than you think. So, what exactly GPT-4? Generative Pre-trained Transformer 4. Generative, it creates new things. Text, images, code. Pre-trained, it's read a massive chunk of the internet. Books, articles, Wikipedia, you name it. Transformer, a special computer architecture that helps it understand relationships between words. It's the 4th version, bigger and smarter than before. Imagine building the world's best sentence finisher. You give it, "the cat sat on the," and it predicts mat. Now do that billions of times. GPT-4 learns patterns, associations, and context on a massive scale. It predicts word by word what a plausible response would be, based on everything it's read. Unlike old chatbots, GPT-4 can handle nuance, context, and even switch personalities. It can draft contracts, write code, compose music, and suggest recipes from a fridge photo. It's not just finishing sentences, it's generating new, useful content. Think of it as a Swiss Army knife for your brain, a very, very powerful one. Now let's talk about AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. You've probably heard the term thrown around in tech circles, news headlines, or even in sci-fi movies. But what does it actually mean, and why is everyone suddenly so obsessed with it? AGI isn't just a smarter version of today's AI, it's a whole new kind of intelligence, something fundamentally different from what we have now. Imagine a machine that doesn't just follow instructions or crunch numbers but actually understands, learns, and adapts to almost anything you throw at it. Today's AI is what we call narrow. It's really good at one thing but totally clueless at others. For example, an AI can be a chess champion, beating grandmasters with ease. But ask that same AI to make you a cup of coffee, and it's completely lost. AGI, on the other hand, would be able to learn, reason, and solve problems across a wide range of tasks, just like a human can. It wouldn't be limited to one specialty. It could switch from solving a complex math problem to writing a poem, or from diagnosing a medical issue to learning a new language, all without needing to be reprogrammed. Imagine a machine that could play chess, cook a gourmet meal, write novels, and even ponder its own existence or ask deep philosophical questions. That's the promise of AGI. The key difference is generalization. Humans can learn what a cat is from just a few pictures, using intuition and experience. Current AI, however, needs to see millions of cat images before it gets it right. AGI would be able to learn from just a little bit of data and then apply that knowledge to brand new situations it's never seen before. It would be flexible, adaptable, and quick to pick up new skills. It would think abstractly and creatively, not just remix what it's seen before. AGI could come up with original ideas, invent new solutions, and even surprise us with its creativity. So when people talk about the AI revolution, this is what they really mean: a machine that's as intellectually capable as a human, or maybe even more so. It's not just about automation or faster computers, it's about a leap in intelligence itself. AGI could help us solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, like climate change, disease, or poverty. But it could also create entirely new problems we haven't even imagined yet. The big question is, what happens when we build something that's potentially smarter than us? That's why AGI is such a big deal, and why so many people are both excited and a little bit scared. If AGI becomes real, it could mark a fundamental shift in intelligence on Earth, a turning point in our history, opening up possibilities and risks we're only beginning to understand. So GPT-4 is powerful, but is it truly artificial general intelligence, AGI? Let's break it down and compare what makes GPT-4 impressive and where it still falls short of the ultimate goal. GPT-4 can talk about almost anything you ask, from science to art, and it can reason through complex problems with surprising skill. In fact, it's advanced enough to sometimes pass the Turing test, making it hard to tell if you're chatting with a human or a machine. But look a little closer. GPT-4 has no consciousness, no feelings, and no self-awareness. It doesn't know it exists. You, on the other hand, are aware of your own thoughts and experiences. You know you exist. GPT-4 doesn't have that inner sense. When it says "I think," it's not actually thinking, it's just predicting which words fit best in a sentence based on patterns in data. There's no real thought or intention, just math and probability, not an inner world. GPT-4 is a master of grammar, style, and structure. But it doesn't truly grasp meaning the way humans do. Sometimes it can even get simple logic or facts wrong, because it doesn't actually understand the world it's talking about. It can't form real concepts or beliefs. It has no goals, no desires, and no agency of its own. It simply waits for your prompt, then generates a response. It never initiates action or makes decisions for itself. It never acts on its own, and it can't pursue its own interests or ideas. At its core, GPT-4 is a tool, a powerful one, but still, just a tool. It reflects the vast knowledge and creativity of humanity, but it doesn't generate its own ideas or insights. It has no light of its own, only what it borrows from us. GPT-4 is a huge leap forward in artificial intelligence, showing us what's possible, but it's not the final destination. The journey to true AGI, a machine with its own understanding and motivations, is still ahead. AGI would be able to set its own goals, learn independently, and truly understand the world. GPT-4, for all its brilliance, doesn't do that. So for now, GPT-4 is a brilliant mirror, reflecting our knowledge and language, but it's not a mind of its own. The journey to AGI continues, and the future holds even greater possibilities. GPT-4 is like a genius toddler, amazing, but needs supervision. Its biggest flaw? It makes things up, what researchers call hallucination. If it doesn't know, it invents a plausible-sounding answer, even fake studies or people. It's a confident liar that doesn't know it's lying. Another issue, its knowledge is frozen in time. As of now, it only knows up to 2023. It can't tell you about recent events unless connected to the internet. It also lacks common sense. Humans know cars can't fly. GPT-4 might suggest it. It's never experienced the world, just read about it. And it's biased. It learned from the internet, absorbing both the best and worst of humanity. Safety filters help, but biases can still slip through. So while it's an incredible tool, it needs constant fact-checking and a human touch. It's not ready to run the world, thankfully. So, what's next? GPT-5 or whatever comes after will be bigger and smarter. Expect more data, more parameters, and better reasoning. But size isn't everything. New architectures and training methods are on the horizon. Multimodality is key. Future models could process video, audio, and more, not just text and images. Imagine an AI that reviews a movie based on script, visuals, and music. Better memory and continuous learning are coming. Future models might remember your past conversations and update their knowledge in real time. The biggest leap? Understanding cause and effect, not just patterns. That would help solve common sense problems and reduce hallucinations. The goal, a model that reasons, not just predicts. That's a step closer to true intelligence. Imagine GPT-5 or GPT-6 with these breakthroughs. The impact? Enormous. In education, every child could have a personal AI tutor, adapting to their needs and making learning accessible worldwide. In work, many information-based jobs could be automated, freeing humans for creative tasks, but also causing job shifts. In science and medicine, AI could accelerate discovery, analyze data, and help diagnose diseases in seconds. It could design better materials, model the climate, and solve big challenges. In our personal lives, AI could manage schedules, finances, and even help us learn new skills. But this raises big questions about privacy and dependence on technology. Do we want AI to know our deepest thoughts? The potential for both convenience and misuse is huge. These are conversations we need to have now. The future is coming fast. So, is GPT-4 the first step toward AGI? Yes, but it's just a step. It's a monumental achievement showing us what's possible. But it lacks consciousness, true understanding, and agency. It's a master imitator, not a true thinker. The path to AGI isn't just making bigger models. It may require new ideas entirely. Think of early flight people tried to copy birds, but real flight needed new principles. GPT-4 might be the most advanced ornithopter. Impressive, but not the real breakthrough. Its biggest impact? Forcing us to talk seriously about AGI's promise and peril. It's made superintelligence feel real and urgent. It's not the final answer, but it's made us ask the right questions. The journey is just beginning. And now, the trillion-dollar question. GPT-4 isn't AGI, but it's a signpost, and progress is accelerating. What took a decade now takes a year. GPT-5 and beyond will be even more powerful. We're building something that could change the world, fast. The real question, not if but when. Are we ready? History shows we invent first, worry later, but AGI is different. We need global conversations about safety, ethics, and the future we want. This isn't just for techies, it's for everyone. The genie is almost out of the bottle. Are we ready for what happens next? The future of intelligence is in our hands.